All right, guys. So in this assignment, we are going to work on changing the color of this cardinal and changing it into a blue bird. So there are a few different ways that you could do this. There's one really good way, and there's some that are not good. I'm going to show you a couple of the not good ways. But the first thing that we need to do before we make any changes to this cardinal is duplicate the background layer. So I just did Command J for that. Now, if I told you to turn this cardinal to a bluebird, you guys would probably automatically go to the paintbrush button, change your color to your blue. Okay. And then you would probably go over here and you would start painting your bird. But unfortunately, you see, if you do this, you have a bird shape, but you really can't see any of the texture of the bird's feathers, and it just looks like a weird blue blob. So we're not about weird blue blobs here, so I'm going to undo that. What we are going to do is we're going to use the color replacement tool. So this is a brush that's up under your normal paintbrush. If you click and hold or right click and bring it out, you can go to color replacement tool. Now, I'm probably going to first make a selection so that I know I'm selecting just the bird, because regardless, if I start painting with this, you see I'm changing the sky. So I'm going to use my quick selection tool, and I'm going to get a good selection on our bird. So I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to select her, him, whatever. And I'm going to zoom in and make sure I do get a really good selection, just so that I can do this one time, not multiple. So all I did was zoom in. I made my selection tool a little bit smaller. Okay. Now there are some options that you can do up here whenever you're using the color replacement tool. So those options will be on the options bar. One of those is going to be changing the mode. So we would not want to change the mode when we're doing this, because it can cause us to paint other things in the image rather than just the bird. And we really want to just focus on the bird for this assignment. So I'm going to go down through and try to get this little top feathers as best as I can. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be pretty close. All right, so I'm going to go through right here, get that. All right, I'm going to go in with the minus just because I did get a lot of the sky. I'm just kind of go in like this. All right, so let me show you our little things here. So I'm going to zoom back out. Oops, wrong direction. And you'll see I have our bird selected. So now whenever I have our color replacement tool, if I accidentally go over and I'm over here on this side, it's not going to really be an issue. So up here on our options bar, we have lots of different options. So I want my limits to be contiguous, not discontiguous. We're going to stay with color because that's what we're trying to replace. But if you want to play with hue, saturation, luminosity, you can. We are going to stay with color and stay with contiguous. Our tolerance is at 100. And so that's kind of where my settings are. This is the blue I have. You don't have to have the exact same blue. You could be doing a darker blue, a lighter blue, whatever. So we're just going to, now that we have our selection, paint this bird. All right. And so I'm just going through here. And you see, when we use this tool, it allows us to still have the dimension of the bird. You can still get the bird's texture. You may have to go back over it a little bit. The blue I chose is a little bit too bright, or it's a little bit too much, but it's okay. The idea is just to be able to cover that bird. Now, once you have all of your red on your bird selected and colored in, you're going to push Command D and deselect. Now you see where I didn't have a perfect selection right here by the tail and up here by the feathers, a little bit over here. It's not a big deal. Like I said, you could zoom in if you were really, really just needed it to be a perfect selection if you're a perfectionist. I understand that. You could go back and get your tool again and go back through these and work on coloring those, but you'd have to make your tool very small. I'm not going to do that for the purposes of this video, but if you want to, you can. All right, so the screenshot that I want to have for this assignment is going to be this right here. After you do this, what you're going to do is I have on your assignment sheet a few different videos on the next assignment. There's no video. You have 3 different options. You're going to choose one of those and change the color of the flower, the outfit the girl is wearing, or of the BMW.